My name's Jennison. My role is I'm a franchisee mentor, so when we recruit new franchisees, I work with them closely for the first 12 months and quite intensively for the first 6, just to make sure their business gets off to the best possible start. I think the biggest challenges that I face are people coming on board who are perhaps not from a sports-specific background, aren't used to dealing with children and working in schools, and just getting them used to that environment, and then recruiting coaches and getting the coaches up to the required standard to deliver to the standards that we would expect of a Premier Sport coach in schools. I think my greatest achievement is not necessarily anything specific, it's quite general, but when franchisees leave my team 12 months down the line because they've got successful businesses, and then 18 months, 24 months down the line the businesses continue to grow, and in a lot of instances that's because they've got off to a positive start. So that's something I look at and I'm really proud of further down the line. I think belief, first of all, from my perspective, is a belief in what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to get children engaged in high quality physical activity, and I think that believing in actually trying to get the children active rather than going in trying to make a quick buck, and being passionate about the children progressing and enjoying sport is the most important thing. From the point of view of achieve, I think it's achieving that in schools, so children actually getting a passion and getting a desire to want to be involved in physical activity. And trust is twofold really. Trust from, first of all, my perspective that the franchisees are going and delivering that, but also trust from the perspective of the schools and the parents, that they trust what service and what quality of delivery they're going to get from Premier Sport. I think working for the largest provider of sports teaching and coaching across the UK is something to be very, very proud of. The way that we've grown as an organisation in the 7 years that I've been involved is something I'm particularly proud of, and certainly my own business and my own franchise, how that's expanded, it is something that I'm also very, very proud of. I think the thing that makes me want to get out of bed every morning is helping people and making a difference. Whether it's working within my own business and going working with schools and children, I can see that I'm having an influence and impact on their lives, or whether it's working in my role for Premier Sport and going out and working with other franchisees and seeing the impact that I'm having with them. Whatever aspect of my role I'm fulfilling, I'm always hopefully having an impact on people and helping them to progress and enjoy what they're doing. I think the person that inspires me the most is probably my little boy, 3.5 years old, and I'm really, really conscious about him enjoying being active and having a healthy lifestyle. And he's only 3 years old now, but will play, throw and catch in the front room, and I can see that actually he's more developed than some of the children that I might be working with that are 5 and 6 years old, but that's because I'm passionate about him enjoying physical activity and actually developing. So the support that I provide for franchisees, specifically in the early days of the business, is focused largely on sales. So actually going out with them in the field, meeting with schools, building positive relationships, making sure the school knows exactly who Premier Sport are and the quality of provision that they can provide. Also with recruitment, so bringing the right coaches on board. It amazes me how sometimes people think that because somebody's got a good CV, actually they're the right person to work with them. In most fields that is the case, but actually with the field that we work in, it's about the person that you're recruiting. So making sure that they're getting the right person on board who might not have qualifications but actually have the potential, which brings me on to the next part of my role, which is helping them to train those coaches, those people with potential, to be the best deliverers that they can possibly be working in schools. So yeah, it's largely around sales and recruitment, and then also some assistance on delivery as well, so helping them, making sure that the product that's actually going into schools is what is expected of a Premier Sport coach really, and just showing them how that's done.